Greetings to everybody. There is something that is really bothering me whenever my mind flashes to things that actually borders on imagination and reality. Looking at the concept at which people look at things and how people viewed and manage happenings around our lives in Nigeria and some other places, but specifically let me mention our own country, our dear Nigeria. There are quite a lot of things that I have come to observe and concluded that we, most especially the religious people, are the problems of our country. Religious people, most especially the leads of our religion, of our religious settings, are our problems. I believe in those days, religious heads, they are not easy to manipulate by leaders, and therefore they have this power in their tongues to change where things are going negative, where things are falling apart to the negative angle. They have this power bestowed upon their tongues to make a change on things that are driving towards negative directions. But today, it is the other way. We are presently seated at a junction or a roundabout of confusion. And these situations, this cluster of situations has been imposed or positioned by the lack of trust or the trust of our leaders on amassment of wealth. Today, when you look at our leaders, our religious leaders, their major concerns is just bordered on, is just seated or glued or cemented on a basement of just how to make money. Religion, they preach it to their followers as a faith to be driven by the pursuit of making heaven. But in their own selves, in their own minds, their own pursuit is earthly. If it is not earthly, why all this amassment of wealth everywhere? You see, or you get to where they stay, it's like a heaven here on earth, but they are telling you to just prepare your mind for heaven, for you not to pursue wealth here on earth. Is it not funny? My problem with our followers is this. My problem with our followers is just very simple. We have daft members. We have very daft members. We have myopic members. People attend church without them even taking their own times to study the Bible themselves. This is funny. This is funny. Sometimes when I sit on my seat there in the church, when some certain invitee preachers are brought in to dish out their teachings, as I sit down, I watch, I listen to what they are talking about. Once they are off track of what I know the Bible preaches about, the Bible talked about, I just sit into my chairs without listening to the blabbing talks from that preacher, because I have taken my time to study the Bible and I know what exactly I am going to worship God for. So I just go there just to tap more to my knowledge of what God needs us to do, and not for somebody to create it into me. So when you are preaching outside the word of God, I know immediately, and I am not shaken or moved by whatever you are doing. But I will say 80% of followers don't even bother about reading the Bible to know exactly whether they are going or whether they are following the right ways or taking the wrong direction. Believe me, just believe me, religion is our problem. Imagine very recently when they were planning to protest against bad governance, religious leaders were against it. Many religious leaders were against it. They were talking about dialoguing. Yes, dialogue is a better way, but in a country where dialogue has not worked through decades, what else? How do you channel your voice? I am not one who advise people to go and die or to go and destroy anything, but the fact still remains that religious leaders should tell their followers the fact about life. If we continue to tell people that God is against violence, that is not true. God is not against violence. If you read the Bible, many places where peace fails, God advised violence to go. God advised some people, he will just pick somebody to go for a holy war. Send somebody to a certain place. Bring that food, anything life that exists there, bring it down completely. Don't take a life out of it. Don't let a life survive it. There are so many things. We know that the best way to approach life is peace. But when peace, there are certain situations that peace does not give you the expected result. Peace, it is not in every situation that peace yields expected result. That is why sometimes we approach issues with some kind of force. Force will not go with force. Force will always come back with a result. But just be wise, even when applying force to any situation, be wise that lives and properties are not destroyed, so that by the end, we don't begin to pay dearly for the things we have already strived for to get a better result from. I will say very frankly that our problem is religious. Our problem lies on our too much glueness or gluing to religion. Religion is a foreign thing that came to us, but today we have vised it, keyed it, cemented it to ourselves as if we are the people that really created religion. So if we Africans must strive for good, we must follow religion with caution, and be wise about it. We have to follow religion with caution and precaution. We have to caution ourselves and be wise. If not, we will on our own destroy ourselves. We will destroy ourselves. Today, hunger is all over the place. Hunger is all over the place. In fact, I will come back. I will be back.